Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. So first of all guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera. Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we can begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low. Touch our toes. Back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave side to side. Excellent, guys. And then down one more time. And now stand up straight and have a shake, guys. Arms and legs, shake it out. Shake it out, arms and legs. And then hands on hips. And now we can have a wiggle side to side. A good wiggle side to side, get warmed up. Stop. Another wiggle side to side. Stop. And then we can go forwards, backwards. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, and stop. And now let's go round and round. Give our spines a nice stretch, round and round. And stop. Now let's go back the other way. Round and round the other way. And stop. Excellent, guys. And to finish, we will do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant, guys. Have a seat. So in our previous math lesson, we began learning about a new topic. And the name of that topic was, remember, guys? Geometry. Yes, geometry. So let's write that title on the board first. Geometry is spelled G-E-O-M-E-T-R-Y. So all together, guys, geometry. Yes. And who can remember the first sign of geometry that we began learning about in the previous lesson? Points. Very good. We began learning about points. And simply, a point is used to mark a location, such as on a map, or on other things such as buildings or plans. And a point can simply be noted as this. We might know it also as a dot, but when we talk about geometry in math, we won't say dot, we call this a point. And point is spelt P-O-I-N-T. And in our previous lesson, what we did is our students began learning how to use locations as different points on a map. So as a recap of the previous lesson, we're going to have some students come forward and show how to use various buildings or locations as different points on a map. So the first thing I'll do is to draw a simple street circuit, similar to the previous lesson. So we can see here we have our city centre. So here you can see a map of our city centre. There's lots of roads and also different locations, but so far no buildings. So first of all, I'm going to invite my first students to come forward by giving them a building. They will then place their building on the map and decide what point to give it. And also, very important, to mark it on the key. Remember, every map needs a key so that it can signify each location. So let's see who can go first. And the first person to come forward today is Pangpon. So Pangpon, come and join me at the front of class, please. Okay, now can you show your building to your friends? Hospital, okay. So we need, or Pangpon needs, to put the hospital on our map. Where will you place our hospital, Pangpon? Okay, you can place it there. But now, what does our hospital need on the map? What do we need to give it? Points. So remember, each point needs its unique reference, either a letter or a number. So Pangpon, can you first of all give it the point? So the point is like the dot. Excellent. Now will you call your point? What letter will you give it? Okay, point A is perfect. Excellent. So now we know that the hospital is marked by point A on the map. So the next thing we need to do is our map needs a key. So now, Pangpon, can you write hospital and then the name of the point that you've given it? So hospital, H-O-S-P-I-T-A-L. Hospital. Okay, so now hospital is known as point A. That's perfect. So all together, guys, hospital, point A. And that's how we mark a location on a map using a point. Pangpon, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Pangpon, please, guys. So we've got our hospital on the map. Now let's try it with a few different locations so our students can practice from the previous lesson. And who can go next? Next, I think we will have Nadia. So Nadia, come and join me at the front of class, please. And show your friends what place you have. School, where we are now. But Nadia, on our map, where are you going to put your school? Excellent. So Nadia's school goes at the top. Now we need to give Nadia's school a point and a mark reference. But remember, the one reference we cannot give it is A. We can't give it A because that's the hospital. We could give it another reference. So Nadia, first of all, give your school your point. And then point B. Okay, so what comes next? Now Nadia has to mark her key. She has to write school, C-H-O-O-L, school. And then school is not point A, school is, excellent guys. So all together, school, point B. And this is how we mark our locations on a map using points. Nadia, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Nadia, please, guys. Let's do one more location on our map as our recap to the previous lesson before we move on. So let's see who can do the next place. Let's see. Now it's Net's turn. So Net, bring your place up to the front of class, please. Show your friends. Okay, Net Zoo. So Net, first of all, where on our map will you put your zoo? Up to you. Excellent. Okay, so we've got the hospital, point A. We've got the school, point B. Net, what point are you going to give your zoo? Remember, it can't be A or B, but it can be anything else. So Net has gone for point C. Perfect. Now, what's the next thing to do with our key, Net? So first of all, we need to write the name of the place, which is zoo, Z-O-O, and then the point you've given it, point C. So altogether, zoo, point C. Net, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Net, please, guys. So we can see from the previous lesson our recap of how we can mark locations on a map. We've got hospital, point A. School, point B. Zoo, point C. Yes, so Dan, if I say to you, I want you to go to point B, what building are you going to? School. Excellent. Pak Bung, if I say to you, I will meet you at point C, where will I meet you? At the zoo. And now, if I say, I'm not feeling very well, I need to go to point A, where do I need to go? You see, our students now know, not by mentioning the names of the places, but by using the different points, they can go to different locations on the map. Guys, that was brilliant. Very well done. What we're going to do in today's lesson is we're staying with points, but we're not going to be looking at how to mark locations on a map. Points can actually be used to mark the locations of people. For example, I could give every chair in this room its different points, and then each student could be sitting at a different point. For example, Net, you could be point 1, Pak Bung, point 2, Nadia, point 3, and so on. So what we'll do in today's lesson is learn about how we can use points to mark the locations of people. But first of all, we've got coming up a PowerPoint presentation for our students to read, observe, and also practice speaking about geometrical points. So let's turn to look at the TV screen, please, guys. So now let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation about geometry. Points. Lesson 2. Yes. And as you can see here, guys, on this picture, how many different points can you see? 4. And what are the points referenced as? We have letters B, C, D. Okay, so now we know each of these different points, we can tell them apart. For example, if I say, Nadia, what colour is point B? Point B is green, well done. But how about, Lakau, point D? Yellow. And Net, point A, what colour is point A? Blue, yes. And down, point C. Pink. So you see, by just naming the different points, you know which one I'm talking about, because each one has a different reference, A, B, C, D. A point is used to mark a location. Remember in the previous lesson, we looked at maps, and all of our buildings, school, hospital, zoo, they had different points. A point has no size, no height, and no width. So here in the picture, you can see a big red point. But in real life, the point isn't this big. It's just used to mark the point. The point just tells us that there is something here that we need to look at. It's not this high, it's not this wide, and it doesn't even really exist. We just use them to mark places. We use a dot to mark a point. And here we can see a map of Chiang Rai. And there are lots of different dots or points because there's lots of different places. For example, here we can see Nang Le. But then if we move down, we can see a different point called Wiang Nua. Yes, you see how every different point has a different place name. And the main ones here, you see the red dot? That marks the city centre, Chiang Rai. Yes, because this is a map of Chiang Rai, the red dot marks the city centre, the very centre point. We use a letter to mark a point, as we've learned before in the previous lesson. But it doesn't have to be letters. If you want to, you can use numbers. It could be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. The important thing to remember, never give two different points the same reference. For example, on a map, we can't have 2 point A's, or we can't have 2 0.1s. As long as all the points are different, you can call them what you want. For example, here, how many different points can you see? 2. What are the points called? Point A and point B. Okay, so now, which point are we at? Here, we are at point A. Okay, now which point do we want to get to? Your goal. So this is where we want to go, and this is point B. So we can tell point A is where we are, and point B is where we want to go. It is known as point A. And the second one that we want to get to, B, is used to name a point. It is known as point B. Well, listen guys, we use point A, point B, because that's the best way to start. But if you want, you can call them whatever you want. It could be point X and point Y. It could be point D and point F. As long as the 2 points have different references, you can call them what you want. You could have point Lac Gao, and then you could have point Pak Bung. As long as they are different, we know what ones we are going to, and that's the important thing to remember. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, that was excellent. Very well done, guys. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation so that they can review and learn again about the different things that signify points. And what we're going to do soon is show how we can use points to mark the location of people on a map as opposed to places in the previous lesson. But first of all, guys, time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And to begin, we'll start with some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. And now we can do some stretches. So let's do 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can do 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And now we can have a shake. Arms and legs, shake it out. Have a good shake. Loosen up. Next, we can take our right hand and find our left foot. And then left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Excellent, guys. And to finish, we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. And now it's time for our flashcards exercise for our students to practice how to mark the locations of people on a map as opposed to just places. And what we're going to do this exercise is encourage our students to use different references. We've used A, B, C before. Now we're going to try and ask our students to think creatively and come up with their own references. But remember, guys, it can be anything as long as no 2 references are the same. So teachers, you need to print off the flash sheets for this lesson and cut each of the different people into separate flashcards. And we're going to invite our students to come forward, and then like we did earlier, we can use the map for our students to mark the different locations and then give each person a different point. So now we have our map on the board, we need our first student. So let's see who can go first. Okay, so the first student can be, now, come and join me at the front of class. So the first thing we need to work out, guys, is who is the person on Prell's flashcard? Who do you think this person is? Teacher, yes, you can see the teacher is standing at the front of class with the book and the whiteboard or blackboard. So Prell, where are you going to put your teacher on our map? You get first choice, it can go anywhere. Perfect, teacher right in the middle. Okay, now Prell, let's think of a point that we can give our teacher. And remember, it can be anything you like. So first of all, the dot to signify the point. Perfect, so we've got P for Prell. Excellent. So what we need to do now is we've got point P. We need to use our key to mark teacher point P. So can you fill in the key for us, Prell? So teacher, T, E, A, C, H, E, R. And the teacher is at point P. You see, it doesn't always have to be A, B, C. We can have teacher, point P. Prell, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Prell, please, guys. So you can see now we've got our teacher in the very center of our map, and it's been marked using the reference point P. Teachers, what you can do is you can pause the video now and do the same activity in your own classroom. And remember to use a different student for each person and encourage your students to give their own reference. But remember, no 2 references can be the same. So we can't have point P again, guys, but we can have anything else. And we're going to play on further. So for the next 10 to 12 minutes, do the same activity in your classroom, and we'll see you again soon. So let's see who can go next for us. I know next person can be Bangbon. Bangbon, come and join me at the front of class, please. Now the first thing to do is, can we guess who the person on Bangbon's flashcard is? Policeman. You can see the policeman with his nightstick and his policeman's hat. So Bangbon, where on our map are you going to put our policeman? Policeman at the very top. Okay. Now, can our policeman have the reference P? No, can't have P. So Bangbon, can you give our policeman a different reference point? So first of all, give it the point. Perfect. Now what reference will you give our point? It can't be point P. O. Excellent. Point O. We can use point O. Brilliant. And now what we need to do is complete the key to show the policeman at point O. So policeman, P-O-L-I-C-E. And then man, M-A-N. Policeman. And then point O. So we can say together, guys, policeman, point O. Perfect. Bang Pon, that was excellent. High five. Big round of applause for Bang Pon, please, guys. So you can see now how we're beginning to form our map again with different people and different points. And let's see who goes next. So the next person can be, I know, Net. Okay, so Net, come and show us the person who's on your flashcard. Can we guess who's on Net's flashcard? Okay, so this isn't the policeman. This is the fireman. Yes, you can see he's got his hose with his water and he's ready to put out any fires. So Net, first thing, where on our map are you putting our fireman? Perfect. Okay, now time for our reference. Can't have point P, can't have point O, but we can have any other letter, Net. So can you think of a letter that we can give our fireman as the point reference? Point N for Net. Excellent. So now it's time to mark our key. Fireman, point N. So fire, F-I-R-E, M-A-N. Excellent, Net. And then the point you've given it, point N. So we can say fireman, point N. Can you say, Net? Fireman, point N. Brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Net, please, guys. And now for our next person and our next student. And this time I think we'll go for one of the girls. We'll have Lakgau. Lakgau, come and join me at the front of class, please. And can you show your friends your flashcard? Who do we have on Lakgau's flashcard? Nurse. Where does the nurse work? Hospital, yes. So let's have a place on the map where we can put our nurse. Perfect, Lakgau. Now, Lakgau, can we have another point and a different reference? So we've got the point, and we've got point L for Lakgau. Excellent. So now it's time to fill in our key. So first of all, the name of the person, nurse, N-U-R. Excellent. And then point L. You see, it's the same system every time. The name of the person and then the point of reference. Nurse, point L. Lakgau, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Lakgau, please, guys. And now for our next students, we have a couple more left to go. Now it's Down's turn. Down, come and join me at the front, please. And can you show your friends your flashcard? So who do we have here? Doctor. Yes, not the nurse, we have doctor. So Down, can you find a place on our map for your doctor? Brilliant. And now your doctor needs his own reference. So what points will you give our doctor? Brilliant. So point D for doctor or for Down. So now we can fill in our key. So doctor, D-O-C-T-O-R. Doctor. Excellent, Dan. Well done. And we can all say together, doctor, point D. Dan, that was brilliant. Big round of applause for Dan, please, guys. Okay, we've got one more person to put on our board. So let's see who can do it for us. And now it's Pak Bung's turn. So Pak Bung, come and join me with our final person to go on our map. So who do we have, guys, with the envelope sending the mail? Whose job is this? The postman, yes. So, Pak Bung, where will you put our postman? Very good. And now we have to have a different point for our postman. Point B works very well because we've got no other point B's. And now let's complete our key. So postman, P-O-S-T, and then man, M-A-N. And our postman is at point B. So you see, every single person at a different point. Postman, point B. Pak Bung, that was excellent. Big round of applause for Pak Bung, please, guys. And this is how we complete a location map to show the locations of our different people at the different points. Teacher, point P. Policeman, point O. Fireman, point N. Okay, now where is the nurse? What point? Point L, yes. And what is the location of the doctor? Point D. And then finally, who is at point B? Point B, we have postman. So you see how we can use different points to show the locations of different people as well as different places. Guys, that was excellent. Very well done. Now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, make sure every student in your class gets their own worksheet. And what we've got today is a list of 6 different people. The 6 people we've used for the flashcards exercise. And they all have their own different points with their own reference. What we want our students to do is show their understanding by reading the questions and then answering them based on who is standing at which of the different points. So give our students around 12 to 15 minutes for this exercise and just monitor the class, help them with anything they need. And if you need help with vocabulary, guys, all of the names of the people are on the board. But what's the first thing to do? Correct. So Net, this one's for you. Pak Bung for you. You're welcome. Nadia for you. You're welcome. Prel, here's yours. You're welcome. Down for you. You're welcome. Lakau. You're welcome. And Bangpon for you. You're welcome. So have a read of the different questions, guys. And remember, don't look at the points on our map anymore. Look at the points on your worksheet. For example, number 1. Who is at point O? So let's find point O. And who's the person? Doctor. So if you need help with the spelling, doctor is here. But remember, the points are different on the worksheet to what they are on the flashcards exercise. So doctor is at point O. What point is the postman standing at? So let's find the postman. And what's the point the postman is standing at? Point L. Perfect, Nadia. Okay, so now, what point is the postman standing at? So postman, which one is postman? And he's at point L. Excellent. So you see, we can read the different points. So next one, what point is the postman standing at? So let's find the postman. Postman. What point is he at, Ned? L. Point L. Perfect. Well done. So the answer for 2, point L. And then who is at point M? So find point M. Okay, who's that? Who's that guy? Not the postman. Not the fireman. At point M, we have policeman. Yes, you can see point M, and then the person above it is the policeman. And then the nurse, what position is the nurse standing at? So let's find the nurse, Nadia. Which one's the nurse? Excellent. This one's the nurse, and she's at point Q. Brilliant, guys. You see, you're looking at the points and you're able to answer the questions because you understand. But be careful, the last couple are tricky because you have to look to the left or the right. So the next one, what point is to the right of the teacher? So where's the teacher?
Nurse.
And then right of the teacher is point Q, nurse, correct. So what point is to the right of the teacher? So find the teacher, and then where's to the right of the teacher? Correct. Point Q, nurse. What point is to the right of the teacher? So find which one's the teacher, and then to the right of the teacher. Who's that? Teacher, and to the right of the teacher? Nurse. Excellent. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet exercise where they had to look at the different people and their points and reference numbers and answer the questions based on the information. My students here all did an excellent job, so very well done, guys. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. So we hope you've enjoyed it and found it interesting, and now understand that we can use points to mark the locations of people as well as places. And the point references can be anything they want, as long as no 2 point references are the same. So we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. And can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Goodbye. See you again soon.